This is video 3 of a 3-video series where I show 3 different methods for preserving the color of yellow clothing when doing an easy green screen extraction. I do recommend watching the first 2 videos. Those methods are the preferred method because they're much simpler. However, there are times when you want to use the method in this video as well, so I do suggest watching all 3 videos. So I'll first show you here. On the original image, we have a really bright gold jersey. On the extracted, the colors have shifted and they're more dull. The first 2 videos used the settings in the spill correction. We're not going to do that for this method. We're going to manually select the jersey and remove the spill using the keep or remove areas. I'm going to view this against color because I like to view it against gray when I'm doing this because it's a little bit easier to see. I'll select the keep or remove areas. Now, just so I can make my selection, I'm going to zoom out with Control minus or Command minus on a Mac. When you're in the keep or remove areas screen, you do have keyboard control for your zoom in and zoom out. This is the only area other than the zoom and pan window where you'll have the keyboard shortcuts. And you can also pan by clicking on the pan tool. So if you've zoomed in, you could use the pan tool to move around your image as well. So there's 2 selection methods that I'm going to show you. And the first one that I like to use is the polygon lasso. You can use the regular lasso too, but I like the polygon lasso better myself. What I'm going to do is make a selection that includes all of the jersey, but none of the areas around the skin that we want to keep spill correction. So I'm just going to cut that selection right in where the jersey meets the areas of the skin. And also we probably want to keep spill correction around the pants. So I'm just not including the areas where I want to keep spill correction on the very edge. Now you could zoom in to make a little bit better selection here, but for the sake of this video, I'm not going to worry about that. Now you see I did miss one area here, and that was because the angle I was cutting it in. It's a little bit easier to do it in 2 passes sometimes. So what I'll do is hold the Shift key down, and then I'm going to add to the selection by using the Shift key. So now you see we've got everything that's contained in the jersey selected and none of the areas around the edges of the skin or hair selected. And what we'll do is we'll just click this Remove Spill Correction button. So that instantly brings the color of the uniform back. And with the bright gold uniform, usually we don't have to worry about selecting the very edges perfectly because that green fringe, which you can barely see there, but that's almost never noticeable against with a yellow clothing against most backgrounds. Now I'm going to show you another method in the case where you're concerned with that slight fringing where you can make a more accurate selection. So what I'm going to do is click this Clear All Foreground and Background Settings, which is going to clear what we've just done. So it's going to remove that selection we just made. So instead of using the polygon lasso tool, for this I'm going to use the Quick Select tool. Now if you want to use this, I suggest setting your size of your Quick Select tool in Photoshop before running Easy Green Screen. While Easy Green Screen is running, we are borrowing Photoshop's Quick Select tool, but it does not like to render this menu very well or display this menu very well when Easy Green Screen is running. As soon as you quit Easy Green Screen, it displays it fine, but while Easy Green Screen is running, it doesn't like to. We can come in here and change it, as I'll demonstrate here, and it does take our change, but we just can't see the menu very well. So anyway, I'm going to come back into the image here. I've got the Quick Select tool. I'm just going to go around the image, and it's grabbing colors as we're brushing over and including those in our selection. Once you have part of it made, periodically you want to let go of the mouse and let it completely add that to the selection, and then you can go through and select more areas. And I do suggest having this auto enhance turned on. That snaps to the edges of your image. And I'm just being careful here not to get the skin areas. And if you do include some areas that you don't want, here I'll try to do some in there just to show you. I've included these areas we don't want. You can go into either your lasso or your polygon lasso. I'll use the polygon lasso here. Hold down the Alt key and subtract from this selection. So now the edges of our skin are not going to get the spill correction removed, only the jersey areas. I think that's good enough. You could be more careful with your own image to get it exactly on the edge. And as I say, you can zoom in. And one more thing I'll show you before we remove this spill correction. If we use this contract 1, we're going to contract the mask by 1 pixel. Let me zoom in a little bit more and then I'll pan just so you can see that. You see we are right on the edge there. Actually, with my video recording, it's not showing that very well. So if I zoom out, you'll be able to see that. But let's contract that by 1 pixel there. You can see that sucked it in just a little bit. And now if I click remove spill correction, you see that we've removed the spill correction, but we don't have that green fringe because we've precisely selected the area. Instead of selecting outside, we've contracted the selection in one so that the area that we remove the spill correction is not into the green fringe area, and we're still getting spill correction on that very outer pixel. So now I'll fit this back to the screen so we can see it. View the original, view the extracted, and you can see that method worked really well. Was a little more time consuming. However, this is just another method for being able to accomplish the same thing. And it's good to learn how to use this keep and remove areas because there's so much stuff you can correct with this area of Easy Green Screen. Anyway, thanks for watching, and if you're interested at all in Easy Green Screen, please be sure to visit our website. That's easygreenscreen.com.